Good morning and welcome to Around the World in 274 Days. We are on day 201, so we got 73 days to go. But today, this morning, we're in Malta, and this should be really a fascinating place. History of this area goes back 7,000 years. It's 5,000 years before Christ. So, had some beautiful photos just coming into the harbor. So let's see what Malta has to offer. This is the little fish market and harbor in Valletta, and beautiful colored boats. The actual name of this village is Marsaxlokk, and like I said, the color of the boats were beautiful. And the harbor was this beautiful blue water. It was a fascinating little village to walk through. There's Laura sitting in front of an old style telephone booth. We found this really neat Catholic church, and they were doing mass, but it was actually a graduation, high school graduation going on in there. Our next stop was the Blue Grotto. Our first sighting of that was from the road up above, and as you can see, there's it looks like caves and alcoves that you can go into, and you can start to see how blue the water is. We got in this boat, seemed to be a little overlooked to me.
Very good. You have to sit down first, and the last one. Please pass the life jacket.
You come here.
Pass the life jacket.
I don't.
Bye-bye.
Her bye-bye sounded a little final to me, but we made it. And going into the grotto itself was very interesting. Again, you just can't believe how clear the water was and how blue it was. The Blue Grotto is a complex of sea caves along the southeastern part of Malta. It's a very popular tourist attraction. And the reason is because on a sunny day, the reflection of sunlight on the white sandy seafloor lights up the caves in a bright blue hue, which is really spectacular to see. We lucked out with the weather because the 2 days prior to us arriving, the boats did not run because the condition of the sea was too rough to navigate into the grotto. So we were lucky. But just sit back and watch this for a few minutes. It's absolutely stunning. next stop was in a city called Rabat, and we are descending down to the lower levels right now, and this is the Church of the Apostle Paul, which, if you remember, he was shipwrecked on an island, which is Malta, and so this church is named in his honor, and we'll talk about why in just a minute. Once we got down to this level, there were tombs of numerous church leaders and other important people of the era, people who donated a lot of money or were wealthy. Also notice the markings on the floor. Those are tombs or graves for other people as well that were able to be buried inside the church. As I mentioned, this was the church was named after the Apostle Paul, and he was shipwrecked on this island. And as we descended further down, we found a cave that they claimed that Paul lived in during his time on this island before he went to Rome. And here's the cave and a little statue in his memory. I mentioned there were catacombs down here, but during World War II they carved out even greater tunnels and created a small little city down here for people to live in and to come down when they were bombing. I think I read somewhere that there were like 3,000 air raids and attacks on Malta during World War II. And so as you came down here, you'd see little rooms going off to the side, and a family or two would be crammed in there. Some of them basically had no place else to live because their homes were destroyed, so they lived down there almost permanently. Once we got past the World War II bunkers, we actually got down to the catacombs, and this is they've removed the bodies out of here, but there were an awful lot of, they said there were 500 in here at one time, mostly children, because the infant mortality rate and was pretty high. So I think they said if you had 5 children, maybe one would make it to adulthood. While leaving Rabat, we walked down through what is, for a better lack of a better name, is the Avenue of Purgatory. They have all these statues of people writhing in flames. There's a snake coming out of the flames. There's a better view of him. Another guy in the flames, and I think there was a woman in flames too. It's kind of a depressing place. Right next to the city of Rabat is Mdina, and as you can see from the pictures, it's a beautiful city. Lots of ancient and old churches and buildings. Just a fun place to walk through. The last city we visited was Valletta, which is where our ship put in. Again, a fun city, interesting city, and wonderful architecture. As we've traveled around the world, it's been fun to meet people from all over. And as we walked through here, we found a little group from, looked like from Japan, walking down the street. If you liked our video, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel, Around the World in 274 Days. And be sure to hit the notification bell so you're notified every time we post a new video. And our next video will be on Pompeii. Thanks for watching.